Trump is entertaining for sure, but underneath the entertainment are real ideas. Even Make America Win Again, there's an idea there. Stop being so submissive and surrenderist in foreign policy. It's not just his style, is it, Mickey?
Right. No, and there's a sort of conspiracy in the media to say it's just because people like it that he tells it like it is, while ignoring the actual issues he's running on, which is immigration, trade, and as you say, foreign policy. On foreign policy, I actually think he's a little less hawkish than, say, Marco Rubio. And I think that's also part of his appeal. You know, people are a little weary of neocon adventures in the Middle East. The Iraq War sort of left a scar. And Trump is sort of implying he would be a little more reticent, although he's also unpredictable in foreign policy.
You know, go ahead, Mickey.
There are actual substantive issues.
You know, I saw a quote by Steve Saylor the other day who said, Trump and Sanders have a commonality. They both sound like they're running for the president of the United States, not the president of Davos. That's a reference to that town in Switzerland, that elite gathering of the World Economic Forum, where our Prime Minister Justin Trudeau went and was just feted by the world's fancy people. You know, Trump, yeah, he talks tough about killing ISIS, crushing ISIS. I think Americans want that to happen, but you're right. He's not looking for global adventurism. Again, that is substantive. That's a real policy thing that a lot of people say yes to. I think it's self-delusion if people say, oh, it's just the pizzazz. That's the media's way, the establishment's way of saying, I still don't want to talk about immigration. I still don't want to talk about Islam. You can't make me do it even though Trump is winning on it.
Well, that's right. After the 2012 loss, the Republican Party bigwigs got together and they put out what's called the autopsy, where they said, the only policy recommendation they made is we have to sign on to immigration reform, which commonly known as amnesty, which in my lights would basically surrender control of the border. And that was completely wrong. But yet they managed to get all the respectable candidates to sign on to it. So it took an unrespectable candidate like Trump to resist it, and he got all the marbles. The only guy who's sort of halfway there is Ted Cruz. The problem is Cruz has such an unpleasant personality, and he's so hated by everybody in the Washington elite that he's probably not a viable alternative. And he's sort of tried to have it both ways on immigration. So, and all the big donors are in favor of more immigration, what you call the Davos worldview. And suddenly they're discovering that their troops aren't with them. The troops of the Republican Party disagree with them, and they're going with Trump.